The particular chapter we are covering this morning, or perhaps this afternoon, is specifically about that very concept. When the human soul truly gets bored, when the very essence of the soul genuinely gets bored, it seeks something more. Have you ever truly felt that way in that specific way? Because I have to confess to you that I have, on some occasions, look, not too long ago, well, actually, it's been a little over a year now. I had to go through a pretty complicated situation. Quite a difficult one. And one of my greatest strengths, I think, no, actually, I'm completely sure that one of my greatest strengths is in my voice, right? Is what I use the most to achieve things in my life. Beyond the physical aspect, even though the voice is physical, I want to refer to it as one of the things and one of my greatest qualities. And I feel that at that moment, in an indirect way, my body was telling me, take a break, stop, reflect on what you're going through, what you're experiencing. And just pause for a moment, pause and look at what's happening in your life. And well, that's how it was. And what happened to me, what I went through, was that I lost my voice. I spent about 2 months completely dysphonic. I mean, it's not like I spent all that time at a karaoke bar singing. No, nothing like that. It was simply that my body was telling me to stop for a moment. And the stress I was going through at that time was so intense that it showed up in my voice, and I completely lost it. I lost it right then. Fortunately, I was able to recover it again. And I bring this up because sometimes, and I mean only sometimes, we have to listen to what's happening inside of us. And that's what I want to talk about, when who you are no longer fits with what you appear to be. The soul grows weary of life. It grows weary of lies. And many times we need to communicate, but we just can't anymore. Not even our voice allows us to communicate. And it's not because what you're doing is a lie or because you're acting in the wrong way, but rather because even the universe itself many times conspires in your favor, so that the pain or harm isn't greater than what at that moment you're about to feel. I'm a firm believer in that completely. When something happens to me, when something happens that I can't see right away, or I feel like I'm on the right path and I don't see things as they really are, it happens to me. Something happens, right? Sometimes it's something physical, or sometimes it's something financial. This time it was financial, and everything I had fought for over 5 years, it was gone in an instant, just like that, in the blink of an eye. And of course, so many people were there and had placed their complete trust in me, had placed their complete trust in the company, and I had no choice but to stop. And that's where a silent revolution begins. Because it's not about changing from the outside, but about tearing down the facade. Chaotic leadership is about that. It's about that. You get tired of the lies, of maintaining a persona that no longer resonates. That's dying. That's just holding on. Of living only to keep up appearances, while inside everything is completely falling apart. We were trained to create the best facade in life of success, of happiness, of the ideal body, of the perfect family. But behind everything you see as perfect, and this is where I want you to stop underestimating yourself. Stop measuring yourself by what social media tells you, by someone else's success, because you don't know the pain, the failure, the frustration, the sadness that on the outside from Instagram and Facebook shows you something completely different from what you're really going through inside. I prefer to be completely clear sincere, honest, to look you in the eye and tell you what I feel. And that's it, period. Rather than selling you a lie all the time. And many times I've lost friends, I've lost a lot of people. I have to be very honest with you because nobody likes to be told the truth. Nobody. And I've had to let go of very valuable people. Even when it wasn't my place to tell them the truth, I've had to do it. I don't know, I feel a lump in my throat. When I can't, I just can't go on living. Honestly, it causes me a lot of stress to maintain an attitude or feeling towards someone when it's not sincere. Trying to be hypocritical just to keep a financial, romantic, or friendly relationship. Honestly, I try really hard to do it, but I just can't. And I know that many of us sometimes lie to ourselves in order to seek approval. And being authentic stops being something valuable. And chaotic leadership speaks from that place. It talks about not letting yourself fall asleep. The soul, because when the soul gets bored, it wants to stop existing because it gets tired of that body. The soul often gets bored because it gets truly tired of lies. It gets weary of wanting to speak, to express itself, to communicate its inner thoughts. But that physical body simply doesn't respond. The soul is the only one that knows your pain. Each of us knows our own truth. Absolutely. And this call that we're having here with chaotic leadership is about that. It's about being as authentic as possible. It's about loving freely. It's about expressing your feelings. It's about crying if you feel like it, about shouting if you want to, about not letting fear be the one to judge you. Because holding on in the system sometimes becomes so agonizing. I'm just saying sometimes, and that inner light ends up fading. And that's why you see so many women and men who are completely superficial. Facing the public, they're smiling, but deep down they carry an incomparable pain. Robin Williams was one of them. He was always laughing and making others laugh so he wouldn't cry. And true self-esteem is born from an inner embrace. And I have to tell you something profound. No one is going to value you. And no one is going to appreciate you the way you need to do for yourself. When you seek approval and look for someone else's opinion about your actions, about the way you are, about your own validation, physically, if you need someone to say, I like you, or to tell you you look beautiful, or you're so nice, then you're undervaluing the most important thing, which is your own opinion. And self-esteem doesn't come from the mirror. It comes from the inner embrace. The perfect body doesn't erase internal rejection. So that's when you come across people who seem to be completely successful. Robin Williams was a millionaire. He was someone with a successful career. He had a functional, good family, his children, his wife. But in the end, he was dying, he was living like a zombie because everyone spent their time praising him constantly, but in reality, he suffered because he couldn't express who he truly was. Don't wait until you reach that point. The movement we're creating is about seeking authentic people, real, honest people, loyal people, sincere people, people willing to give everything for others without expecting anything in return. Being willing to do good, being willing to set aside material things and focus on what truly matters, which is being a happy person. And being a happy person means doing whatever you feel like, whenever you want to do it, without scrutiny or the opinions of anyone else. If you want to jump off a bungee or out of a parachute, you can do it. If you want to paint every day, you should be able to do it. If you want to be with your family at the beach every day, you should be able to do it. That's what we're aiming for with this movement. To stop doing things out of a need for approval, things you don't like. That's why I'm trying to capture the most important thoughts and what has personally allowed me to stay afloat. But not in business, not in family, but to keep myself sane. Because despite the problems and situations, you need to have some fundamental pillars in life. And you have to be very stubborn. Honestly, you have to be very stubborn not to let yourself be influenced by other people's opinions. Be stubborn, be persistent. And what do I mean by that? If you truly believe that what you're doing makes you happy, brings you happiness, then stay there. There's no problem with that. But if at any point you feel unhappy, feel like you can't breathe, like you can't live, get away from that place. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you have the best salary. It doesn't matter if you have the best friends. It doesn't matter if you have the status. Awakening has to be intimate. Wake up from the silence. You know you're uncomfortable. You know you can't stay there any longer. And I know it hurts. Because what hurts the most, what we long for the most, because of self-esteem and a forgotten self-love, which is the most important one, your own approval, sometimes from the very person you don't want to be with, but whom the world, your family tells you that you have to stay with. You know what I mean? We need to seek a spirituality without facades, an authentic spirituality. And this begins when that facade collapses, when that mask is removed. You are not here to fit in. You are here to awaken. Spirituality is not an escape. It is presence. It is stopping living to please others. It is starting to live so that discomfort can reveal you to yourself. Take a pause, embrace silence, and return to your path. Return to what makes you happy. Stop seeking superficial beauty. Sometimes, in the simplicity of things, sometimes lies true happiness. I want you to recall a moment in your life when you were happy. And if you can share it with me, share it privately or share it publicly if you wish. I want you to tell me about a moment in your life when you were happy. Just one, please. Just one. Tell me one on such and such day. I was with these people and I was doing this and I felt completely fulfilled. I felt very happy and I still remember it with a lot of affection, with a lot of love, with a lot of happiness. I want you to bring me that moment. Now, the birth of my baby. Beautiful, isn't it? Beautiful. That moment is unique. What happiness. I wish I could feel what a mother feels. It must be incredible. It must be incredible. I want you to bring that moment. If you want to share it with me, do so. If not, that's okay. Now, try to describe to me all the feelings you experienced in that moment. Happiness, harmony, enthusiasm, tranquility, love, affection, tenderness. What feelings did you have at that moment? Bring them now. Bring them now and bring it by nurturing that moment. Bring it by nurturing that moment. Nourish that moment and try to go back to it exactly. If you want to close your eyes, if you can do it, go ahead. Because now what I truly and deeply desire is for you to fully reach that precise pivotal moment and genuinely try to vividly see the profound happiness as if you were truly and actually there, as if you were gracefully arriving from the distant future to that very significant moment. And I sincerely want you to carefully look at yourself, truly observing your own presence. And I want you to try to see the happiness of that person. I mean, of yourself. I want you to try to see that happiness. I want you to try to live that moment to bring it back again. Bring it back. Now, it's also valid. If you haven't felt a moment like that yet, don't worry. Yes, it is entirely valid if you haven't personally felt it, if you haven't truly had that specific moment of realization. Bring it up here, and I want you to try to see the happiness. And now, I truly want you to carefully look at the intricate details of that precise moment. I want you to meticulously look at the comprehensive details of absolutely everything. The exact place where you were situated, precisely what you were eating, and exactly what you were doing. Bring the people into it and thoughtfully look at them. Bring in the colors and try to highlight those colors. Try to make them more vibrant, more alive, more full of energy, and life, make them significantly brighter, illuminating every detail with a brilliant glow. Try to make them more intense, deeply impactful, and profoundly moving. And now take a picture of that precise moment, capturing every nuance and sensation. Take a mental picture, a vivid and lasting impression, a truly unforgettable mental picture that you can revisit anytime. And now, what you are truly going to do from this very moment onward is to carefully take that vivid picture, and whenever a challenging situation profoundly overwhelms you, or a significant difficulty arises, or indeed whatever complex circumstance you are presently navigating through, you are going to deliberately bring out that precise and powerful picture from that carefully organized mental file you inherently possess. You are truly going to bring it out and make a profound and powerful declaration to the entire universe, to your very own soul, to all of life itself, and to the Almighty God. And you're going to say, for more moments like these, every time you face a difficulty, a problem, a tough situation, for more moments like these, you have the problem, you're going through the situation, you're right there. For more moments like these, and then the people around you, if you can do it out loud. My words have no power. You go out, you're in a vehicle, there's an accident, nothing happened, it's just your car got damaged. For more moments like these, the person in front of you will say, but what do you mean for more moments like this? You say, I'm not talking about this moment. I'm talking about the most difficult, the most beautiful moment of my life, the happiest moment of my life. For more moments like this, And if you have more of those, bring them and set them down. Because everything that is truly happening to you right now, every single situation you have been through, everything you have profoundly experienced, every feeling, every deep emotion you have kept hidden inside, the only thing you are truly going to do, only thing the universe, God, is doing for you right now is meticulously polishing your life, refining it with care and precision. Everything that has happened around you has been to bring you to this very moment, listening to me. And you're going to bring out those emotions that many times you've kept silent. And you are going to carefully bring them out from there. And you won't keep them silent anymore. I want you to compose a comprehensive letter, a heartfelt, and definitive farewell letter addressed to that particular character who has consistently presented themselves before you, always adorned with a mask, and whom you have meticulously perfected to such an extensive degree that if it were indeed a mask you personally wore, it has become inextricably stuck to your very being. And I fully comprehend that it is incredibly challenging to remove it, but you are now going to meticulously draft a final poignant farewell letter to it. And in that farewell letter, you're going to say, thank you for keeping me safe all these years, through these moments, through this life I've lived. But I have to let you go because I'm dying inside. This isn't who I am. This is the person I want to show every day, the one I want to tell the world that everything is fine, that nothing is happening in my life. But my life has been a mess, and I want it that way. For me, chaos is an opportunity and the greatest moment for learning. So from there, from that ritual of honesty, you're going to take the uncomfortable truth you have. You're going to treasure it. And you're going to stop letting that truth hurt you and give it an identity. What I mean is stop pushing away that pain, that sadness, and that part of yourself. No, please don't try to get rid of it, because it is truly part of your very essence. The spiritual manifesto I'm talking to you about right now is to truly allow yourself to feel. Don't edit it, don't correct it. Let it come out with honesty and nothing else. It's yours. That's you. That's who you are. That's it, period. Whoever wants you like that, that's fine. Whoever desires you that way, that's fine. If not, that's a shame. That's how I am. Period. Do you want to run with me? Let's go together. You don't want to? Excuse me, but I'm not going to let you speak, because if you're going to say something positive, I'll accept it. But if it's something that doesn't align with what I want to build, keep it to yourself. No, it's just to help you. No, it's just to save you. No, it's just, no. Thank you. Let me leave. I'm going to try it this way. I'm going to do it this way. And if I fail, you're not going to fail with me. So since you're not going to help me, since you're not going to build with me, then step aside. Because when you fail, if that's what you think you're going to tell me, since you're not going to say anything positive, which is to prevent it, then that's it. Since you're not going to fail with me, then keep it to yourself, because I'm moving forward. That's it. That's what you have to do. The soul gets bored when it's numb. And that's why there are many people who don't even want to live anymore. They live out of obligation. They live because they have many external commitments, but not because they have that desire to live, not because their soul is burning, not because they want to build, to do. No. All they want is to keep going because they have many commitments, because it's frowned upon by society. But the soul awakens when you dare to live and look at it without filters. The soul awakens when you decide to stop playing the role you've been playing for the last 20, 30, 40 years. And you start to truly breathe your own truth, what you really want, what you desire. When you decide to stop playing that role, everything becomes simpler. You find meaning in insignificant things. You value the little or much that you have. You treasure it. It gives you drive. It gives you fuel, and you start living every day as if it were the last thing that could happen. That's what it's all about. Because you are not merely the role you play, you are the sacred space that truly dares to stop acting and simply be. The most important space is the one you are in right now. It's not the one you want to be in, it's not the one you were in the past, because we always talk about how beautiful the past was. And the past doesn't nourish you because it's already over, it's done. The only thing you should treasure from the past, and the only thing it's good for, is to take that screenshot, take a picture of it, bring it to the present, and fight. And say to yourself, for more moments like these, for more unique moments like these, that's what we're trying to build here. I'm going to read something here. Maria says, after a long process, full of pain, anguish, and helplessness, I was waiting for a medical decision and I almost died of happiness. It was an enormous joy, incomparable to any other. When they told me, you get to live again, here is your new life set before you, it was something that made both my soul and body leap inside me. Wow, incredible. Incredible. Thank you, Maria Amelia, for sharing with us how valuable, how incredibly valuable and truly significant it is to have, at a particular moment in your life, the genuine willingness to attentively listen to a comprehensive medical report and then be clearly told, you are completely healthy, there's absolutely nothing wrong with you anymore, you're perfectly fine, you can confidently keep on living your life. Incredible. How valuable. Thank you for sharing with us, Maria. Catherine, truly a spirituality without a facade. That's how it should always be. For me, integral spirituality is the most important thing. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the episode that speaks to you from the soul. When the soul gets bored, but it's an awakening. It's an awakening. No more of that even for a moment. I want that when we reach the end of our military camp that we'll have from the 29th of August to the 1st of September, that's our graduation. This is a course. If you want to see it that way, this is a master's program. And we currently have 9 episodes. And if you haven't had the opportunity to listen to the other episodes, and if at some point in the future you get the chance to listen to them, I want to tell you that we are also readily available on the iVoox channel, where you can find all our content. I'm going to share the eVoox channel with you because I think it's incredibly valuable for you to have access to it right now, so you can listen to everything we're doing there, okay? Here, I'm going to leave you an episode. That episode is called The Comfort Zone. It's an elegant cemetery, but look for more because we have the other episodes there as well. So in your free time, whenever you want, you can listen to it, okay? I've left you episode 6 there, but you can find the other episodes there as well, okay? And when you are actually there, you will also certainly want to listen to this particular one and all of the others as well. Reinforce your knowledge. I want you to strengthen it, all right? The other episodes are there too. You can listen to them. They're also on the YouTube channel, so you can go there and check them out. Important assignment. I've left you episode 6 here, but as I said, there's episode 1, 2, 3, all of them. Except for this one, which will take a little time to be ready, but we'll upload it in a day or 2. You can listen to the rest there. Let me see if I can get the full list of all of them. Yes, here it is. Perfect. You can subscribe. Here are all the episodes. There's episode number 7, episode number 6, episode number 5, episode number 4. Well, actually, all of them. And remember, you can absolutely listen to them as many times as you truly want. Okay? I'm going to share with you from... Let me see if I can share everything with you. Let me know if you can open this one. I'm leaving it for you. Let's see if it works. Let me see if I can share it here. I think I can share it better this way. Here it is. Program link. This is the link to the entire program. You can listen to it there, so you have it available at any time. If you found all this information valuable, everyone, I really, really want you to please leave a comment there. You can listen to it. Let's see if they're here. Let's see if we're good. Choose a color. That color. This color is fine. I select custom. Yes, perfect. There's the link. All the episodes are there, so you can listen to them. There's other material there too. If you want, you can also use it and watch it without any problem. And thank you very much for joining, for being here, truly. Thank you for listening to me, for following me on this crazy idea of being able to change the world, at least our world, right? How are you? Did you find what I said valuable? I want you to share with me there. And if you found it valuable, write me a comment. And the most valuable thing is that we are also on the YouTube channel. Right now, we are live for those listening to us on YouTube. You can follow us. You can listen to us. Thank you so much, truly. Thank you for being here. Remember that on Mondays and Wednesdays, we are on at 10 at night Colombia time, 10 at night Colombia time, which for me is like 6 in the morning. And on Saturdays, we are on at 10 in the morning, which for me is 6 in the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Thank you for being here and staying connected. We'll see you next Monday at the same time on the same channel, episode 10. This is episode 9, episode 10. We still have a long way to go, but if you've enjoyed what you heard so far, you can't even imagine what we're preparing for the next one. Each of these episodes takes a lot of work, a lot of research. Maybe you hear a couple of words and sometimes you might say, but Juan, I already heard that in the next one. We are reinforcing the knowledge many times so that it becomes ingrained in your subconscious, okay? But each one of them carries with it an intention, carries with it a moment, right? An author at the time when you have the book in your hands, you'll know who the author of each one is, okay? Just so you know. Thank you for connecting. No, thank you all. Thank you for your valuable time for being here. And we have chapter 10, leadership that doesn't ask for permission. We have talked about the soul. We have talked about time. We have talked about emotional courage, about the comfort zone, about the power of radical decision, about the illusion of control, about fear, about breaking out of the cage of order, of course, the introductory chapter. And in chapter 10, leadership that doesn't ask for permission. Ladies and gentlemen, the chapters that follow are out of this world. You have to listen to them. Thank you so much. Have an excellent day, an excellent afternoon, an excellent evening. This was Juan Manuel Jimenez speaking, creator of prosperity, abundance, and wealth. Join us in this movement, follow us in this ideal, and believe me, at the military camp, you will experience something like never before, like nothing you've ever experienced. You will be born, you will be reborn. It will be a historic rebirth in your lives. We are on the chat. We are also on the YouTube channel. So follow us there. And I'm going to leave you here a little summary of what chapters 29 and 30 are about. The one we're going to write together. If you are in a country other than Colombia, you have to come. If you are in Colombia, please, it's not mandatory. It's a commitment to your soul, to your life, to your heart. I'll leave you here, folks, and we'll see each other soon. Thank you very much. I've always believed that to learn something you can't or shouldn't just stick to theory.
Because when you do that, it's very difficult for it to actually become applicable. When you experience a high-impact dynamic, one that confronts you, that pushes you to break through those fears, those mental chains that, since we were little, have limited us from developing anything we do. There, you will face yourself. I really recommend that if you're not ready to go after those goals and dreams and you're truly not ready to conquer, don't attend. Because a human will walk in and a superhero will walk out. You get it? Literally, you're gonna die in this space because that person you hate, the one you sometimes don't wanna live with, right? That person who so many times has sabotaged each of those goals, those objectives, those things you want to achieve, that person disappears in this training. You need to be there up close with us. We're going to spend 2 full intensive days completely and utterly immersed, dedicated team camp, much like a rigorous military camp where the military personnel work cohesively as a unified team, but they also bravely confront each other and navigate through challenging situations and profound experiences that only those individuals who are truly willing to give it their absolute all, to go completely and wholeheartedly all in, can ultimately and successfully conquer. So we'll see you the 29th of August. We go in at night and come out at dawn on the 1st of September. 2 days fully immersed, living this military camp experience. You can't miss it. This is the primary team, the pioneering team we're building, and the leaders who will conquer all their goals and objectives, everything they've dreamed of, everything they've wanted to achieve, they'll find it here. A special greeting